Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Brandon from Audio Addiction. Thank you for joining me today. If you're joining me live, if not, that's also fine too. Much love to everybody in the chat. And it looks like there's around. I'm looking at. If I look down, I'm looking at my phone. So, just for reference. But very excited to get into this. Shout yo, Ayo, Tyler, what's good? We're going to be going through the entire album, front to back, song to song. You know, you get the gist. If you've been here with the channel for long enough, you know I love doing these. But I wanted to do this. I've had Archetype Collide on super long ago. We definitely need an update video, certainly. But I am excited to get into this. I've loved pretty much every single that they've released thus far, except for the new video. I didn't check that one out, but they just released it today, and the album came out today, and links will be in the description. Go pick it up. I'm very excited for my vinyl to come in, so definitely, gonna get that added into my collection. But if you haven't checked these guys out, they're Arizona-based metalcore, like hard rock sort of band. They absolutely have been crushing it right now. They're on Fearless, so big salutes to Fearless. Hopefully they don't take my video down. I don't think they will. That'd be my guess. But anyway, we're going to get into their brand new self-titled. As I mentioned before, it came out today, so if you can go pick it up, definitely go do that. And hopefully I can give you a better idea of how this album's going to sound and, what I love about it. And, I've loved the singles, so I have a good feeling it's going to be really sick. So definitely go check it out. Big salutes to Brandon as well. As a fellow Brandon, I get it, But we're going to get into the first track, which is Parasite. This one I did a reaction video for, so you might already know my thoughts on this already, but we're going to listen to it nonetheless, kind of give you updated thoughts on it. But let's get into this bad boy. I haven't listened to it since I did that reaction video, so... This intro is so sick. Parasite! I like that little break. It still gets me. This chorus still hits. Oh, I love it. Starting off with the energy. Oh man, this breakdown. This chorus is so good. I love this. Such a bop. All right, guys. Track number 1 off the Archetypes Collide's self-titled album. You're probably going to get tired of me introducing it every single time, but I'm going to try to keep it brief. I did do a reaction video to this, so if I wasn't like extra hyped about the breakdowns, it's because I kind of already knew that they were going to happen. But really enjoyed this one a lot. I think even more so whenever I do the reaction videos, especially if I know I'm going to be reviewing the album, I kind of take a break from listening to whatever singles, just so I don't want to say like give a fresh like perspective on the song, but there's just something about it where I feel like it's maybe a little bit less genuine if I'm like, okay, like this is how I felt in the moment, and then versus like listening to it on the album. I do think it's a great song to start off the album with. I had no idea it was the first song, so it's good. Definitely good energy. The energy level's up here, we're climbing. So I think that's really cool. The chorus was fantastic. I keep forgetting how good that chorus just rips. Also, shout outs to Aussie Bishar. If you haven't heard of him, he's been in City Lights, fantastic, like easy core pop punk band. And then now he's also in Beartooth, which is also very sick. And they're going out with Beartooth. And Trivium, which is just insane. I just can't even believe it. That's so cool. And congrats to them for getting on such an awesome tour. But getting back to the song, I didn't realize how much of a kind of like almost like Linkin Park-esque influence that you guys have. It's kind of interesting to hear like some of the more electronic parts. I've been listening to a lot of Linkin Park as of recently. I know Meteor just had its 20th anniversary, which is insane to me. Rest in peace, love Chester. Of course, but I feel like there was some electronic elements that I didn't really pick up on when I first listened to it. And I think with this, I was able to kind of pick out different things this time around. But yeah, I really like the kind of electronic layering, that like choral, like bridge portion of the song. I thought that was really interesting. I think I made a comment on it last time, but it was still very cool to relive that. I don't know if that, I feel like that was just kind of like, oh, let's just make it really interesting. Let's break up the song in a unique way. But I really enjoyed that as well. And what I think is the coolest part about the songs that I've listened to already, and I imagine that some of the other songs that I'll listen to might have the same sort of thought process, but I like how like the first chorus, very straightforward, second chorus, very straightforward, and then if you end the song off on like a chorus part, you switch it up like vocally. I love that Kyle is kind of doing that, like different like vocal melodies and stuff. I think it makes it more interesting, and it doesn't seem like, okay, we're getting into chorus number 3. It was just something, it just gives me a little bit of a palate cleanser. So I absolutely appreciate that, and I think I made note of that the last time as well too. But it was, I think that's probably one of my favorite parts of the Archetypes Collide songs. Just, I think they do a great job of kind of putting those songs into perspective, but not like you're hearing the same thing, but it's also just a little bit different melodically. So kudos, definitely dig that. And I think this is a song that if it isn't on your gym like rotation in terms of music, you should definitely add this one on, because I think it's a great gym tune. So definitely excited to get into the rest of it, which we won't keep you very long. The next song is track number 2. This one's called Fade Away. I don't think I've listened to this one. This one's new. I think the only other one I've listened to right now is What If I Fall. So we're getting there. So let's get into track number 2, guys. Okay.
Sleepless nights, led along by the street lights. Bloodshot eyes, feel the cold running down my spine. Seconds and minutes fly, no turning back the time. Blurring my days and nights, my life is ticking by. I don't wanna fade.
Ooh, nice. Yeah. All right. Huge chorus. Huge.
Fade away.
Okay.
Countless days burn away my
Oh, okay. Nice blend. This is cool. All right.
can't control my direction. I can't turn back the time, blurring my days and nights. I think I'm losing sight. I don't wanna fade away. Destitute and weather, nothing
So good.
I'd rather go up in flames, burn until I'm severed, make it so I'll never fade away. Is the crash and burn?
Woo! All right. That falsetto? Oh, okay.
I don't wanna fade away. Destitute and weather, nothing lasts forever.
Fade away.
All right. All right. You're building it up. You're going to tear it down.
Your rhythm back now.
All right. I love this. This is great. Oh, man. I was still expecting it, but God, that was great. That hit like a truck. Oh, man. Insane.
I don't wanna fade away. Destitute and weather, nothing lasts forever. I'd rather go up in flames.
Woo! All right. Hitting him with the run. This is great. Oh.
Fade away.
I thought they were going to hit us with a heavy note. This is cool. This is not what I was expecting, but really, 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 really good. I think this might be my front runner right now. I still have a long way to go, though, so to be fair. Guys, that was track 2, Fade Away. This one was awesome. At first, I thought it was going to be a very slow song, so very much subverted that expectation once you get out of that, like, first verse and, like, intro. Then it really starts to hit. And I think that's what I've really enjoyed about getting more back into Archetypes Collide is just the way that they play with dynamics, because this song sounds massive. Like that chorus, once that chorus hits, everything kind of opens up, and I think that that's so sick. As well as that, I just think Kyle crushed it on this track. He's like, I want to go back and listen to this one just for the sheer fact that there's just so much vocal layering going on, and I didn't even realize it with just Archetype Collide's music in general. If you haven't checked out their TikTok, I think they did like an isolated vocal track, and you can just see all the like layering going on within the song itself. So I can only imagine there's so many vocal layers going on in this track, but it just works super well. The falsetto parts, I was definitely not expecting that, but they're a nice addition. This kind of meshes that sort of like almost like pop EDM sort of stuff with just like sheer like metalcore, which I think is really tight. Always love that sort of genre, electronic core, that sort of vibe. Just as my style. I love that. That's like always going to be bread and butter to me. I think the best representation, if you haven't checked out this band, but you might be familiar with other bands in the scene, I feel like this song is very like Bring Me the Horizon influence. I would say more of their current catalog. So, you know, anything off of like anything like post That's the Spirit. I feel like if you like that sort of stuff, you're definitely going to be vibing a lot with, I would say, a large majority of this album. Haven't gotten through most of it yet, but I would say with just Parasite, Fade Away, and listening to What If I Fall before this, I can say there's probably a pretty good chance you're going to enjoy a good majority of this album if you like that band. And I think they take a lot of like musical cues from them as well, but also I don't feel like it's like a direct comparison. I think there are certain aspects of their music, I would say more so with like the more of the arrangement of the track. There's just some massive choruses. You're allowed to kind of breathe the way that the song flows super well. And I loved that second verse because I think it's the best incorporation of, you know, having that sort of like EDM pop, like twinkly sort of like intro first verse of the song, and then once you get into the chorus, it's like super heavy and aggressive and like in your face, and then the second verse kind of finds that middle ground of like, okay, so like we're a metalcore band / like hard rock band, like how do we find that middle ground? And I think with the second verse, I would imagine people would just be hooked in after that point. But yeah, great vocal lines, and I think just everything about it felt very like infectious. Like there is definitely that sort of like earworm quality that you hear within this song that you're just like, you know, you just can't help but just like vibe out. You know, I was just feeling myself and I was just having a good time, and I think this one finds that pleasant middle ground of like having fun with like the sort of pop melodies, but also like having some really great distorted guitar and like big drums and like hefty bass. So definitely crushed it on this track. I would say right now this is probably my favorite. So we'll see if any of them top this, but this one's my front runner right now. Tyler, Brandon, if you're still here, would love to know your favorites so I can be on the lookout for them. But we are going to move it on to track 3, which is Counterfeit. So let's give this bad boy a spin. Okay, more of an EDM influence. Ooh!
Talk is cheap when you always hide your past. You gas me up. Reached out for a helping.
What's your favorite song, Tyler? Which one should I be on the lookout for? I love that riff. Oh.
God knows you were never there. You chose to tie the rope. Now I'm sick and petrified.
This synth layering is so tight.
The cold is all consuming. Always bending me to your creation, lifting me up just to watch me hit the ground. Breaking my stride isn't worth it now that I can see your counterfeit.
Oh, what? This is sick. Was not expecting this. I feel a big breakdown coming. Oh! Oh! Oh!
Always bending me to your creation, lifting me up just to watch me hit the ground, breaking my stride. Is it worth it now that I can see your counterfeit?
Ooh. Just that. Oh my god. What? There's gotta be like a drop pedal on this. Oh my god, they must have drop pedaled that. There's no way that just man, that breakdown goes hard. I love that. Guys, that was track 3, Counterfeit. You know what? It kind of gave me a lot of similar vibes to that of Bankrupt by Silverstein. Kind of has that like like almost that kind of sort of sound. Not exactly the same, because I feel like if that was the case, it wouldn't be an intentional thing. But it definitely reminded me a lot of that song, and I love that Silverstein song. So I feel like this one is another great one to add to that vibe. But yeah, that drop is nuts. Like I didn't know what to do. It was so crazy. Oh man. But yeah, I like this one a lot. The synth parts were really sick. I think this one felt the most like synth forward, which is nice, because I think it kind of adds that sort of like that just like solid tone throughout. It wasn't like too much. There wasn't like a lot going on. It almost gave me that sort of like Stranger Things, like really kind of like 80s synth vibe, as well as that kind of gave me a little bit of like I forget that one movie. Oh god, I'm gonna look like a total idiot. I'll remember it maybe later on. But I think regarding the actual like structure of the song, it was definitely a vibe. I think this one might be one that will have to grow on me just a little bit more. I think upon first listen, I was like, I was vibing, banging my head. It was a good feeling song, but I think this one is definitely one that I want to get into a little bit more, piecemeal it out a little bit better. But I liked the bones. The structure was really good. Like I said, I know I keep going back to that breakdown, but that thing is going to just send me to that next level. So, but I really enjoyed that as well. But it was an overall vibe. I think it was a very good song. And definitely if you're more into that sort of synthy, like heavier sounding songs, then this one's going to be right up your alley. But yeah, definitely enjoyed this one a lot. But I think this one definitely needs to grow on me. Whenever I do these live videos, it's a little difficult to kind of like be in that moment and really like listen to the song, because I feel like I want to try my best to kind of critique the song, but also in the same way really show the care and due process of listening to all the songs on the album. But I do feel like this is one that I would want to go back to post review and just kind of be like, yeah, I think this one's really good. I'll probably wind up making some sort of comment in the comment section maybe a week from now or something like that, and let you know where I land on this track. But I think it's a solid one. It's definitely one that I think is a grower, certainly. And those are good songs to have. I think they, I don't think you always have to have a song that like Fade Away. I knew right away that was one I was gonna love. Same with Parasite or What If I Fall. I feel like those songs are just like super catchy, really like infectious. This one I think has the structure to it, but it just needs just a little more time. So Definitely a solid song if you are, making it through the live stream here. But we're going to move it on to track 4, which is What If I Fall. Ironically enough, we just talked about it. That was the first reaction video I had done for them. So very excited about this one. Going back, revisiting it, I did listen to it a lot. Once I listened to, when I knew that they were going to be releasing this album, and I kind of took a little bit of a pause because I wanted to, give some other songs some time to breathe, but excited to get back into this one nonetheless. So let's get into track 4, What If I Fall.
What if I fall and waste away the life that
But this melody is going to get stuck in my head
What
again,
if I fail
calling it.
and let down everyone who trusted me? What if I fall? What if I fall? Pressure in my head always builds when I hesitate. You left on red 'cause my words won't resonate.
This was a pretty good second single, I would say. That's probably why it was a single.
Head is in the clouds. It's a long way down. What if I fall and waste away the life that I have made? What if I fail and let
Oh, this song, man, the hook.
What is holding on feels so wrong? It's weighing down on me. What if I fall and lose everything? Everybody on a high, but I feel like I can't relate. Different places every night, but my heart's in another state. Think I smile when I wanna cave in. Broken teeth face down on the pavement. Don't think I can make it another day. Head is in the clouds. It's a long way down. What if I fall and waste away the life that I have made? What if I fail and let down everyone who trusted me? What is holding on feels so wrong? It's weighing down on me. What if I fall and lose everything?
This one's, man, it's gonna get stuck in my head again, I swear
What
to God.
if I fall and waste away the life that I have made? What if I fail and let down everyone who trusted me? What is holding on feels so wrong? It's weighing down on me. What if I fall and lose everything? What if I fall? What if I fall?
This is such a great second single. All right, guys, if you're just tuning in, this was track 4, What If I Fall, off of Archetypes Collide's newest album. They're self-titled. It's out now via Fearless Records. Links below in the description. If you can go pick it up, that would be awesome. As well, as I mentioned at the top of the video, they're going out on tour, which is awesome. They're going out with Beartooth, Trivium. I'm going to butcher their name. I think it's Milviolence. I don't even know. I'm not gonna try. I don't know how to say shit. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. But this was the first song that I listened to of theirs, and really just fell in love with. I didn't listen to My Own Device, and I knew that had been out via Fearless for quite a bit. But this song was kind of like my reintroduction back to the band. I had followed them pretty decently, but then I kind of just like, I don't know if it's maybe the algorithm or just like the countless amounts of bands that I have on here on the channel, but I, as soon as they signed to Fearless and I saw this song pop up in my YouTube suggested videos, I was just like, let me check it out, let me do a reaction video. And I gotta say, this is what I think about when I think about Archetypes Collide. I think there is some, like, there's a lot of great heavy moments within this song, more specifically in that like breakdown. But I think really what speaks to me about this song is just the melodies. Like, I think that every song is crafted in such a way that the melodies really speak for themselves. And for me to literally be singing along to the song, like, well, I'm not actually singing along, but just like miming out the words. I think that speaks a lot, because, it's those sorts of memorable moments that you have with music. And I just think that this is a really great, hooky sort of song. Like, it definitely is well deserved to be on Serious Octane, and if it isn't, then it should be. Just because it has that I don't want to say, because this is going to sound like really not great, but it does have this almost like gateway quality to it, right? Like, I think that this band can be a little bit lighter, and this song definitely utilizes that sort of not as aggressive as an approach. So I think if you show this to people that maybe aren't into heavy music or like more rock music, then I think this is a perfect song that fits within that guidelines of like, okay, like, you like rock music, check out Archetypes Collide. Like, you might like this song a lot. And we definitely need songs like this, because I think it shows the broader reach that bands like this have. I show this song to people that maybe aren't really into heavy music, and I think they find a lot of good things that they like about it, from what I would imagine. And that's probably why I like this song a lot too, is just because it's got a great hook to it. That breakdown hits super hard, and as well as I think musically it's just really, really solid. Like, the guitars sound super aggressive, but they're not like in your face. Like, I think like Fade Away or A Parasite might be too much, if you're trying to kind of like coax someone into listening to this type of music, right? Or even Counterfeit as well. That's a really heavy track. But like, this one has a sort of mellowness to it that I think benefits it in that sort of way. I feel like if you are a fan of Archetypes Collide, there's probably a pretty good chance you're going to enjoy this song a lot. And if you're not a fan and you haven't checked them out before, and this is the first time you're going to listen to them, then this is a good song to kind of, I would say, give you a good groundwork on, where the album sits, and you could either go more lighter or they can go more heavier. So I think the versatility of that is great. So every time I listen to this one, that chorus gets stuck in my head, and it probably will get stuck in my head for the duration of this video. So that's where we're at now. But yeah, I enjoy this one a lot. I would say this is probably one of the strongest songs off the album thus far. We're only 4 songs in, but I think this one is definitely one of the front runners, at least for my opinion. So we are going to move it in to the next song, track 5, My Own Device. This is the one that I didn't listen to, but this is the first song that they had released off this new album, and I don't even think that they had I think this had released prior to them announcing the album. So that's amazing. So this one's been out and doing good work. So excited to delve into this one, because this is the only single I think I didn't listen to besides the music video they dropped today. So thank you. Also, Jared, thank you for joining me. Appreciate it.
Unrepaired, and the only ones who play
synths throughout this. So tight. All right.
Why do I always seem to dig my own grave? Said I didn't want this, but I crossed the line. Enslaved by my own ways, it happens every time. Think it's a little hopeless. Blame me for just a moment, leaving me alone to roll the dice. A victim of my own demise. The only one to blame is myself. I've been hiding from the mirror from away. A victim of my own demise. Is the only thing left of me. Why do I always seem to dig my own grave?
This one was cool. Guys, that was track 5, My Own Device, off of Archetypes Collide's newest album. Links in the description. Gonna keep saying it, so if you should just go pick it up. That's really what it comes down to. But yeah, I think this song is very good. You can tell this one was probably like one of the first songs that was written for this album, because I feel like with the 4 songs that we just listened to right now, there is that like cohesion that those songs, you can tell they were just kind of written around the same time or within the same kind of writing period. My Own Device feels like it's a little bit separate. I think there are definitely hints of what they're currently doing right now sound wise, which is always good. I think it's tough when you have a song that is a little bit older and kind of doesn't, you're trying to figure out where it's going to go. And I think I got to give this song a lot of respect, because, if this song didn't exist, we probably wouldn't have, What If I Fall? We wouldn't have Parasites. So I think you gotta show homage, to this song itself. But you can tell this is one just musically is a little bit different. And that's not a bad thing at all. I like that this one has more of a, again, synth focus. I would say pretty similarly to Counterfeit. I really think that this one has, that strong kind of synth layering that kind of adds a nice bass line to the track. I think as well as that, like, you can hear the kind of different guitar tones. Like, you can tell there's just a difference in the kind of writing process with these songs, and just how much better I think songwriting and just like hook wise that some of those newer songs are. But I really enjoyed this a lot. I think the synths almost give me that sort of like Weekend, like After Hours kind of sound, which is again that sort of 80s synth vibe. Again, Stranger Things, as I mentioned earlier, kind of has that sort of same sort of musical styling as well. But actually, vocal-wise, I thought this one was pretty straightforward. It didn't feel like too out there. It didn't feel like, it didn't feel like not enough. It was just kind of middle of the road. I don't feel like I particularly hated this song, but I also feel like there was something, I was kind of expecting something else, or like for it to go a little bit further than it did. But overall, I think it was just a solid track. But maybe one that very similarly to Counterfeit, maybe it's one I have to kind of give a little bit more time and a little bit more love to. So definitely excited to get into this latter half of the album, because we're halfway through this. So if you've been enjoying it thus far, hit that like, be greatly appreciated. Jared, since you're in here, I asked both Tyler and Brandon, and only Tyler answered me. So Brandon, if you're still there, you better answer me, bro. But as a fellow Brandon, I hope you do me this service. But let me know what your favorite track is, or if we haven't already listened to it yet, because Tyler's been giving me some heat, so I'm excited. But we're gonna get into the next song, which is track 6, "Suffocate Me," Tyler said that this one is chef's kiss. It's gonna make my neck break. I don't want to go to the hospital, but if I have to, I'll do it. I'll do it as a service to my country here. But we're gonna move it on to track 6, Suffocate Me. Let's give it a listen. All right, yeah. All right. Let's go. That double bass work, man. All right, there's definitely a breakdown coming.
You break me, you walk on me. You suffocate me.
Oh yeah, let's go. Oh, that's great. Oh, man. That was fantastic. Guys, that was Suffocate Me. Also, I thought I heard a large thump, and then my cat's laying back there, so I thought it was that, but that's not true. He said, Jared said, that's tough. Parasite will always be close to my heart, but Separate is so much fun to play. Also, Brandon is driving, but he said Fade Away is his. Nice. Big salutes. Love that. If any of the other Kai or Kyle, I either one of them, if they come in here, I'd love to know their favorites as well. But yeah, I think this one was great. I was having a good time. Your boy is getting all sweaty. But I really think this one was a fun track. That chorus is just ascends, and I think that's awesome. The riffs are great on this track, like guitar work wise, on point. Really, really good shit. As well as that, I think Tyler likes this song because the drumming is just so punchy, and I couldn't disagree with him. Couldn't even disagree with him at all. I'm getting tongue-tied right now. I couldn't disagree with him more. I think this one is one's a very fun song, and I imagine it's going to be an absolute blast if they wind up playing this one live. I have no idea, but they do add it to the list. I wouldn't be surprised because it's got it's got the whole strength, you know. It's just got like, you know, it comes out the gate strong, you know. That chorus is massive. Oh man, and that breakdown, I love that. I think this one's a vibe. I absolutely enjoyed this one a lot. Jared said this whole album is my favorite. I feel like that's very biased of you to say that, but I'll give you the pass since, you know, you guys have been working real hard on it. So kudos. It's been, you know, honestly, to be 1000% transparent, like this has been a very fun ride. I think that all of the songs have this sort of like infectious quality to them, and if not, like they're songs that I know that if I go back to them, I'll probably wind up really enjoying. Like Counterfeit, I feel like that one's one that didn't quite hit me upon first listen, but it definitely has those bones where I'm like, yeah, it's probably going to be one I'll inevitably come around to. So I definitely think that that's great. Same with My Own Device. I feel like I was a little bit hard on it, but I do also think it set the tone for the rest of the record. So you know, I think you gotta be a little bit hard on that one, because that's the baby. That's the first one, you know, the number one. But yeah, this one was great. Riffs were super tight, as I mentioned before, which I really liked about Fade Away and What If I Fall. I would just say that it's got, I just love that last chorus. Every time they switch it up, they do it a little bit different. I feel like it's a very subtle thing, but it just piques the ears. You know, there's just something about it where I'm listening to it, and I'm like, that's just nice. You know, it doesn't feel like the same melodies. It doesn't feel like it's the same thing. And I really got to give you guys a lot of credit for it. I imagine some of the other songs off the album that I'm going to be listening to will have that same sort of vibe. But just think that this one's a great, again, very similarly to Parasite. I think this one, if you haven't added this onto your workout playlist, then you got to do it, because this one's a really heavy one, and I think it's just gonna help those gains out, you know. So this one was fun, aggressive, punchy, and one you should give a listen to if you haven't. You know, if you just rewind it just a little bit and then come back, and then we'll catch up. We'll be here. But yeah, we're gonna move it on to the next track. Before that, I'm gonna read some comments here. Kyle, much love, sir. Thank you for joining. Probably my favorite to listen to is Love Again. My favorite to play is Counterfeit. Oh, interesting. Okay, and then he's like, I like the random songs. I don't think it's random. I'm curious to check out Love Again. Tyler said Love Again is emotional and just a good jam. Oh, you boys gonna get me to cry on stream? Is that what you're trying to do? All right, I see you guys. But the next song is Destiny. So let's give this one a listen. Okay. This is different. So different. It is also confusing having two Kyles. Can only imagine. Ooh, nice falsetto. All right. I like this like minor tonality in this song. This one's tight. Ooh, man. This one hits. That bell, I love that. This one's it. Oh, that breakdown. Oh my god. This is tight. The mix on this is crushing. Love it. Oh, that was fantastic. Guys, if you're just tuning in, this was track 7 off of Archetypes Collide's newest album. They're self-titled, out right now via Fearless Records. Check the links below. Go pick it up. Go pre-order it. I'm just patiently awaiting my vinyl. So, I think... Ooh, that's tough. That's tough. I don't know. That's tough. I feel like Fade Away was like the OG. You know, I still think that one's my favorite because it's got a great mix of just like, again, that's sort of heavy aspects to it, but also like is very like pop centric. And I've been just vibing out with like a lot of pop music as of recently. But this one is a damn close second. I just want to say, I think they're tied. I feel like if I can tie them up, I feel like those two are my favorite right now. I'll put them at first, you know, and the next song will be third. But this one was great. This one hits like an absolute fucking truck. That is the best way I could describe it. Like, I don't know. All of the other songs were great, but this one just, I don't know what type of secret sauce you guys put on this song, but yeah, this one was great. I love the kind of like darker undertones of this track. That fucking bell ring, that was super sick. I know it doesn't really add much to the whole song, but it just adds that just darker, like minor undertone, and I just think, oh man, it's so good. And then that breakdown is just gnarly. I think it's just literally because the like how fat like the bass and like the drums are on this track. It just has just such a low end to it that can't help but just smile and just be like so floored about how good this one was. So this one's great. The vocal riffs on this track were really great. I think the reason why I love Kyle's vocals, I keep getting it mixed up. There's like Kai and Kyle, like whatever. Kyle, just collectively. The singer Kyle, I'm just gonna refer to it as that. He has this like aggressive tonality to his voice, and I think you get to hear a little bit more of that, a little bit more runs. Again, that sort of like pop kind of mentality in regards to like the melodies and stuff, but like the actual musicality of it feels very like metalcore, you know, very like almost emo-ish. The best way I could describe it is like if like Pierce the Veil was like in drop A, you know, like it has that sort of like that just emo dark quality that I really like about it, and it was something that I haven't really kind of expected from Archetypes Collide thus far. But this one, chef's kiss. This one, kudos, guys, kudos. This is tied for number 1 right now. We have Fade Away and Destiny are my 2 favorites. Tyler said, I hope you hate singing because the next song is literally riffs out. You said riffs out. That's I don't say less, you know. Also the bell adds a lot to that. Bro, that bell hit, man, it's just like, oh man, it just sends every like fiber of my being to be like, all right, we're throwing down the two-step, we're like throwing the arms out, that's when it's gonna happen. But this one was great. I think this one is definitely up there with my front runners for this album. I'm gonna pick my top 5, but yeah, I'm gonna hold. Okay, do I have to like? Am I gonna like? Okay, wait. So wait, I have to. Am I holding the chair? Okay. If I could only press play at the same time. Jared told me to hold on to my chair, so I did it. Also, it wasn't a flex, I'm just saying, boy's been working out. But anyway, this is track 8, Deep End. Let's give it a listen. Oh, okay. Bring it on. Bring it in. All right. All right. All right. You weren't kidding. The salad is lit tonight. All right. Tyler getting his footwork in. All right. I'm ready for my bones to break, guys. Oh my god, what the fuck, man? Holy shit. Oh man, that was great. Oh, guys, that was track 8. That was Deep End off of Archetypes Collide's newest album. They're self-titled. I'm gonna keep saying it. Links in the description. If you've been enjoying it, you should go pick it up. That's all I'm saying. Go help the boys out. They're in the chat. Tell them what's good. But yeah, I think this one, it was just you weren't kidding. I really did have to hold my chair on that one. I think that was great. The stops are what got me. Like the literal pauses, man. They were just fantastic. Oh, this one was great. This one, again, I know I keep repeating it, and not to like sound like just an absolute gym rat, but I gotta say, like, this is like peak song to add onto your like playlist. I'm just saying, like, this one, we can just like drive the numbers up on this one for fucking gym gains, and this one's it. I think this one this one is just like, just hit like a truck. There's no way. I'm so floored by this one. And it was like just like almost 3 minutes worth of just like absolute chaos. So I like that, you guys are definitely switching it up, and I appreciate that. And I like that this one was all screaming, because I think it's just like, for me, it's like one of those songs that it just hits, I honestly can't even really kind of explain it any way else than just aggressive nature. It's if you wanted to get all your anger out in one track, this one's it, and I think the fact that we really haven't had just like a full on like heavy track, it's nice to know that the latter half of this album is not going to, slow down in any way. So definitely a great one to listen to, and I hope you enjoyed that reaction. That was thus far the one that surprised me the most. Tyler said your reactions give me life. Oh, thank you, brother. Appreciate it. He said, I literally went to the gym today and hit hard during this song, my guy. Listen, I went to the gym already, so I can't say, but tomorrow we're gonna test that theory out, so I'll let you know. But yeah, favorite of Tyler's as well as Jared's. So hopefully, if they play this one live, it's over for y'all. That's all I'm gonna say. If they're gonna play this one live, it's over for y'all. You better protect yourself in that pit, because that's thing's gonna swallow you up. So definitely go check this one out. I did pick the chair up, Jared, so I'll do it again. For reaction purposes. I picked the chair up. All right, yeah, there we go. All right. You can also see my butt imprint, and that's probably not good, but I digress, and I have no morals here on the channel. But we're gonna move it on to the next track, which is Separate. Very excited to get into this one. Thus far the train keeps rolling, and we vibing out here. So let's get into track 9.
I can't separate my friends from my enemies.
Okay.
Tell me who's real or fake. 'Cause I can't separate.
Ooh. All right. I would agree, Tyler. It's those major keys in the chorus. Oh, this is sounding very like Beartooth riffy. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the vibes. That breakdown was tight.
Differentiate who is there to fight for me. It's the medicine in my patient's poison. Tell me who's real or fake, 'cause I can't separate. 'Cause I can't separate. It's the medicine in my patient's poison. Tell me who's real or fake, 'cause I can't separate. Lies rest from my enemies.
This one was fun. Oh my god. Guys, track number 9, Separate. Definitely an interesting one, but I think it worked out pretty well. Tyler says, this song is the definition of bipolar. I would agree, but with a caveat. Jared also said, this song goes off in every direction. It really does. You know what? With this song, it almost felt the most like Beartooth-esque. Like, obviously working on the Ashi. I think it's Ashi. Yeah, it's Ashi. I don't why I say Ollie. I guess I'm so familiar with saying Ollie and not Ashi, but it's Ashi. Definitely felt the most like Beartooth-esque in the writing of this song, especially in that breakdown. That just felt like, man, very Beartooth influenced, but in like the best way possible. I love when he does those descending riffs. Oh, that just warms my heart. I love a good descending guitar riff, and this one sent me. I like this. I also feel like the chorus was really solid. It definitely has more of that sort of like happy major sort of key vibes, which is not a bad thing. It's like, I think the thing that I enjoyed the most about the song is just that it's the juxtaposition, right? Like the verses are very aggressive, very like punchy, and then I think the chorus really opens up and allows for different like kind of melodies and stuff to go on with it. Which I think is really important, and I think that it, no pun intended, separates it from other songs on the album, because it has this sort of originality to it. You know, there's something about it that I really just kind of was enjoying the like riffs in the verses, and then in the chorus it just kind of just like felt like happy and vibey, even though like as Tyler says, happy chorus with negative lyrics. So, you know, solid work. But yeah, no, I thought this one was great. Definitely one that shocked me, just because I think is so weird to hear like a happy chorus just over some just like angry riffs in the verse. But I think Beartooth does it pretty well, so, you know, can't complain on that one. But yeah, this one was an interesting one. I think I like it, but I think I like it more than I liked Counterfeit, like, upon first listen. But I also feel like this one is one that I have to give a little bit more time. Like, just upon initial reaction, it was a solid song. I would say it's definitely like mid highs, you know. So somewhere in that ballpark, but I think musically it was very interesting, and definitely towards the end of the album you're throwing out some like left-hand turns here, so I always appreciate that. We're going to move it on to the next track 10. This one is Paranoid and Paralyzed, so let's give this one a listen.
Paranoid and paralyzed, the machine behind my eyes has become a parasite. Still caught up on things I know that I can't change. Trying to escape myself, but my head just keeps me in chains. My mind keeps.
This is a very like this feels like it could very much be a pop song, like 100%. All right. This has that like chain smokers kind of vibe. All right. This chorus hits. Very like Dayseeker, especially the new stuff. That acoustic guitar got me. I was like, am I listening to pop radio?
Rather waste away alone than see the outside.
Yeah, this is weird.
What's the point of having trust when people cast me aside?
I respect it though. If you hit me with a breakdown, I'm gonna be so surprised. I don't think it's gonna happen. If I had to guess.
I know this isn't real, but I know this isn't real, but I don't decide how I feel. I know this isn't real, but I'm paranoid and paralyzed. The machine behind my eyes.
It's not too late to sneak one in, you know? You still have like 20 seconds left. I guess that could be considered kind of, you know, semi breakdown. But guys, that was track 10. That was Paranoid and Paralyzed off of Archetype Collide's newest album. They're self-titled, out now. Links below. If you tuned into this song, I would suggest you check out another one, because this does not give any sort of representation for this album in any sort of instance. But I do appreciate it. I guess it's a breakdown. I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you, Tyler. You know, I do feel like this song was definitely, if you saw my face at the beginning of the song, I almost instinctually thought this was more like, this was about as pop as they were gonna go. It kind of reminds me of something that I would hear off of Dark Sun, which is the newest Dayseeker album. It has that sort of like, you know, acoustic guitar, like pop laden, like pop synthy sort of vibe. But I do appreciate when bands do a little bit of a softer song, and this one doesn't feel like a complete, like, stripped down, like, acoustic track. So I do appreciate that. I don't really feel like I really got it until that chorus, and then I was like, okay, I get it. And then once that second verse came in, now I was like, okay, we're back to normal. I just think that acoustic guitar was definitely, you know, definitely raised some eyebrows for me personally, but I don't mind it. I think that's great. I really enjoyed the sort of vibe of this song, and it's just a fun pop. I feel like this one's kind of like more of a pop rock sort of track. I would say this would work pretty well on radio. Certainly, I know that would, you know, I think it would really kind of continue that sort of vibe. Even though I know people, if I kind of had to lay it out, I would say if you heard this song like on the radio, I'd probably say this song, and then I'd probably go to maybe like What If I Fall. I think would probably be a good second song to listen to if, you know, for some reason that ends up on, you know, some sort of like pop station or something. You know, I think that would kind of work out pretty well. And I'd also probably suggest this song to somebody who maybe isn't into the sort of like, or is maybe getting into like that sort of heavier style of music. I think this is a nice kind of like dip your toes in the water kind of feel. You know, it doesn't have that. It has some more like aggressive guitar work in here, but not like crazy to the point where you're like, you know, what am I going to do? What am I listening to kind of a vibe. And then if they like this song, I would probably recommend What If I Fall next, because I think that one kind of, again, has that more mellow vibe to it, but also is just kind of a good like gateway song into getting into heavier music. So would recommend this one if you're more into that sort of pop mentality or getting more into like it was a good one. We're going to move it on to the next track while my computer freaks out here. Oh boy, we're dropping frames like a mother. Oh, okay, good, we're back. If we drop some frames, I'm sorry. It is my computer did something weird and now we're here. But yeah, I am going to get into the next song, which is track 11. This one is Silence featuring Landon Tours of the band The Plot in You. If you haven't checked out The Plot in You, what are you doing? Stop living under a rock. Go give them some love. They're awesome. They've just been putting out a lot of heat recently, and I just think Landon's awesome, and I've had him on the show, so, you know, no bias there, but, like, I just am a big Plot in You fan, so excited to hear this one, and I think he also helped co-write this song, which is even better, so let's give Silence some love. All right.
Placing words upon your lips.
This is cool.
Wait your turn, I won't dismiss. Speak so loud, but you mean so little. Seems straightforward, but it plays like a riddle. All I'm left with is this bitter taste of my silence. Save all my thoughts.
Ooh.
For another day, bite down my tongue, kept it behind my day. So far out of my head, some things are better left unsaid. Silence is blinding light. Cut you off, I'll just
This is cool.
assume.
I like this one.
Play out the worst so I can't lose. Beat you to the punch even when you're not swinging. Thinking that we're good, but my mouth's still bleeding. What left with is this bitter taste of life. Save all my thoughts for another day. Bite down my tongue, kept it behind my day. So far out of my head, some things are better left unsaid. Silence is blinding light.
I feel like this breakdown is gonna come in hot. All right.
There's a demon in my soul. There's a demon in my chest, living frequencies free. There's a demon in my chest, living frequencies free. Please save all my thoughts for another
Oh my god.
day. Bite down my tongue, kept it behind my day. So far out of my head, some things are better left unsaid. Silence is blinding light.
All right, guys. That was Silence. We can't get into love again yet. We're not there. This one was fantastic. I really liked Landon. I feel like he meshed in very well. Jared asked, what are you listening to this on currently? I'm listening to it on, so I'll be right back. So I know everybody is probably going to make fun of me here in the chat, but I don't use my phone to listen to music. I use this bad boy here. I don't know if you can see it, but it is no joke, it is a Sony Walkman. This is a new version. It has like Bluetooth and all that sort of stuff, but it allows me to listen to like FLAC files. Like, I'm getting into the nerd shit, but yes, this is like the thing that I listen to most of my music on. When I go to the gym, I listen to it with this thing. Bring it in my car with me. Like, that's where I listen to it. I don't know if this one was one. So caveat to everyone, this one I got the download from one of the press agents that I usually work with. So I don't know if this one didn't come with Landon on it, which would be very strange. But yeah, that's where I listened to it at. So it didn't sound like there was Landon in it. So that I was I was like, man, he meshed super well with this song, or not. I'll go find it online and we can listen to it. Come back to that one. We'll listen to that again. Actually, you know what? I'll get it pulled up now because we should listen to that. I got that from Adam Splitter, which is the press agent. So I don't know if that's just the one without Landon on it. Yeah, that doesn't sound like it. I thought it was like, man, he sounds really close to Kyle's vocals. So, but yeah, I don't know. This must have been the version without him on it. So that might make sense. I just downloaded it and then I said featuring Landon Tours. I just thought it would be the right song. So don't shoot the messenger, guys. I'm just here to promote your album. So, but we'll go back and listen to that one post Love again. But, I think I feel like that would make sense. But we'll listen to it nonetheless. We'll definitely, I will throw that one into the mix after this. But I think song-wise, it was very good. Like I said, the version that I got apparently does not have Landon Tours on it, so we're gonna go search that bad boy up. But in the meantime, I think the song itself was very good. I think that Landon would really be adding a lot of like definition to the track, so it is a little bit sad that the version that I got did not have Landon on it, and I feel like I have to listen to the song again to get a little bit more of an opinion on that. But I thought the song itself was really good. I think like the energy level of the track was really, really solid, but I would love to hear it with Landon. I think he would be a really great addition to the track. I mean, obviously I know he's on the track, but like the one I listened to was clearly not the correct version. But I like just kind of like the level of dynamic within the song. I think this is a pretty good song to, obviously we're getting into the latter half of the album, and I think this ties in a lot of moments throughout the album that I've really enjoyed. Like some of the more like, I think the synth just acts as this nice like kind of background to the track. It doesn't really deter away, but I think it adds a lot of definition to some of the heavier portions of the song. I think that chorus is absolutely huge. I love that. As well as that, I think the musicality of it was really cool. I feel like Kyle almost does that like pitched like yell that like Sam Carter does, Landon Tours does. Like it's a really nice sound that I think a lot of bands are starting to kind of like either get into or like fall in love with. But yeah, I think this was a really, really good song, and we're gonna give a listen to the one with the correct one. I'm gonna look it up now so I can listen to it right after, and then we'll get into Love Again after this. But this one is called Silence. Let's give this one. Okay, cool. I am gonna throw it up on this. Actually, yeah, we'll throw it up on the screen. Why not? We'll throw it up on here. This is all DIY, baby. You know, we doing it now. We doing a DIY, baby. All right. Let's see if I can move it up. Yay, we did it. Okay, here we are. We'll throw it in. Guys, this is the actual song with Landon Tours on it. We're going to listen to it again. So if you listen to it twice with me, God bless you. I should just listen to the second verse. Wow, this song sounds so familiar.
Words upon your lips. Wait your turn, I won't dismiss. Speak so loud, but you mean so little.
This is the first time that this has ever happened during this. This is pretty impressive. Normally this never happens. I only listen to it once through. Oh, and breakdown. Okay, so now I'll just listen to the whole thing then. Okay, that's definitely different. This is very Landon Tours. Kyle's doing a great job mimicking his voice. It's almost like he's singing it. It's kind of crazy. Yeah. Adding the Landon feature is great. For Landon. Guys, I have a special version of the album now. That's awesome. Oh, yeah, this is better. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was better. Much better. All right, guys, that was this song Silence featuring Landon Tours. We totally did not just listen to that moments ago. So this is brand new, unheard music. I'm just going to let my special copy of the album go for the low price of $429.69. So first bidder who buys it gets it. Even though I shouldn't sell it because it's not my music, so I'm just kidding. All joking aside, I did like Landon's feature. It's very weird because, like I said, I never really get the situation where you hear the song prior to having a guest feature on a song, or how it would have been if there was no feature on the song. So that thought process was pretty cool, and I don't normally get to kind of see into that sort of window of making music, because anytime you think about having a feature on, you don't think like, oh man, like they just wrote the whole song out and then the feature just gets added in, obviously post song. But I think that's an interesting thought process. I don't, like I said, the addition of adding Landon on was great. I think he added a lot of definition to that second verse, as well as that just the breakdown. Oh man, his screaming is so good, and I think he added just that extra layer of just like anger that I love, but yeah, I think he was a crucial feature, and if I had just listened to the version without Landon on it, I think I would have been a little underwhelmed, if I'm going to be honest. So it was nice that he had not only a say in the song but also a feature. So this was well worth the re-listen, even if I had to jump onto YouTube to give it a listen. But yeah, I like this one a lot, and definitely go check out The Plot and You if you haven't already. They're awesome. But we're gonna get into the last track. I know we could be here all day, but we're at the end of the line here, guys. So we're gonna move into the last track, Love Again. I heard I have to get the tissues out, so if your boy starts crying on stream, it's happened already. So we're here. So we're gonna move it on to the last track, Love Again. Let's give it a listen. Also, thank you for Archetypes Collide for being in the live chat. Love you guys.
I just need your love again. Is it too late?
Ooh, all right.
Tell me no thanks. Don't erase me. Slipping memories. Can you even see me? Did you forget my name? I don't really know what's in your head. Could it be that
Those chords is huge. I love it.
the look in your eyes, unrecognized, selfless and not paralyzed? I don't really know what's in your head. I just need your love again. It's a sick dream, taking everything.
This is a real vibe. I like this.
There's nothing.
Now, if this song has a breakdown, that'd be kind of wild.
Recollection reset. A stranger in your head. Can you hear me scream? I don't really know what's in your head. Could it be that time stole my best friend? The look in your eyes, unrecognized, selfless and not paralyzed. I don't really know what's in your head. I just need your love again. And the sickness that burns all of your memories won't ever
no.
take away the person you are today.
Oh, no. Oh. Right in the feels.
And the sickness that burns all of your memories won't ever take away the person you are today.
I'm gonna be shedding some tears in the pit.
I don't really know what's in your head. What's in your head? Could it be that time stole my best friend? The look in your eyes, unrecognized, selfless and not paralyzed. I don't really know what's in your head. I just need your love again. The sickness that burns all of your memories won't
This is great. Oh, man. What a great way to end this album. Oh, you hit me with the cello? Guys, come on. Why you gotta do that? Why you gotta do that to me? All right. Guys, this is the last track. Track number 12, Love Again. final time I'm going to say it. This is Archetypes Collide's newest album. They're self-titled. It is out now via Fearless Records. Links below. Go pick it up. Wow, what a great ride. I will say this song definitely, takes the tone down a little bit, but not in the not in a bad way. I think, if you can end it on an emotional note, I think this song definitely has. There were certain lyrics that I kind of picked out while listening to it. But I just kind of was, I think for me, it was just kind of like a song that just really encompassed the album. It had this really kind of beautiful send off to, a loved one. And I feel like you can't really, say anything too bad about that. Everybody has, people that they love in their life, and I think this one is definitely one for the fam. So Jared said, got a dip, but glad I could make the ending. Have a great one, man. Appreciate you. Salutes, Jared. Thank you for joining me. Always love you guys. But yeah, I think this one was really good. I was surprised that they kind of added a semi breakdown to the end of the song, continuing on with that tried and true tradition of just adding a breakdown to the end of the song, which is always nice. But again, very similarly to some of the other comments I've made previously, I like to switch up in that last chorus, and I really feel like it adds that extra layer of emotion that you already feel within the album. But I think it just adds that nice way to kind of send everything off and just again, get you ready for the next song as the cycle kind of repeats. But I would say overall this is a triumph. I think I enjoyed, if not all of the songs off the entire record. It really kind of shows off the different sides of Archetypes Collide, as well as that I think it just shows just great songwriting. I think a lot of these songs have really good hooks to them, as well as that musically really punchy, really aggressive, but then also it sometimes can be very melodic and very personable. And I think that when you're releasing an album that has your name on it and is the self-titled album, you want it to have a good representation of what you do. And I think that this is a very clear indicator of, what they want to do and how they want to write the music. And I would hope that's how they're going to be going further, because, I think every song, I don't think I really had anything too terrible to say about it. And that's not because first of all, I'll never say really, really terrible things. I'll kind of just say wasn't feeling this one or whatever. And I think that that's important to mention. But overall, I think all of the songs were just I don't think there was anything I really particularly just didn't like. They all just had really good vibes. And I would say probably my favorites, my top 5 favorites, I would say I would probably say Fade Away and Destiny are tied for number 1. I really can't pick one or the other over the other. Excuse me. I think both of them have that sort of aggressive tone, but also really deviate in some way and really are memorable in that sort of sense. I will also say I really enjoyed What If I Fall. I still feel like that one's probably still one of my favorite ones off the album. I also say Deep End was great. I think if I had to do it, Fade Away, Destiny, number 1. Number 2, I'll probably put Deep End at number 3. We'll put What If I Fall at number 4. And my final one, I think I'm gonna have to go with Silence. That's my final pick. I think those 5 songs are my favorite. I'd say honorable mention. I would say Suffocate Me or Parasite. I think those 2 are 2 really good honorable mentions. But yeah, overall, I think it was just really just a fun album from front to back. I think it has a lot of really great moments, some really just aggressive fun. You'll say, you'll have the typical reaction face I can't believe they just did that. That's so sick. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. This album surprised me in the sense that I didn't think it was just gonna be. I thought it was gonna be solid, but I didn't think it was gonna be that good. Like I think the expectations were kind of like at like it's gonna be a good album, but I would say it's beyond a good album. I'd say it's a great album and one that you definitely need to go give a listen to because I had fun from front to back. If you watched the whole stream, you would know I had a good time from front to back. And it was just overall, I think the songwriting, you really can't deny it how good it was. And I gotta give a lot of credit to their team. I think Nick Ingram is the person who did the album. I'm just gonna pull up everything so I can, actually look and give you the right info. But I am going to. Here we go. Wait. Yeah, I know Nick Ingram definitely did something with the album. I am getting everything pulled up. See, this is why you do everything on the fly, baby. You gotta love it. Yes, Nick Ingram. Shout outs to him. John Eberhardt. He also has done production for Skillet, I Prevail, Until I Wake, which would make a lot of sense. Obviously, Landon featured on one of the songs as well. Silence, and then as well as that, Jeff Dunn, who has done albums like Ice Nine Kills, Wage War, Make Them Suffer. But yeah, just I think this, to me personally, just a fantastic album. It was one that I felt like going into it really enjoyed the singles, but I think the songs that aren't the singles are I'm glad that they didn't release some of the ones that I really enjoyed as singles because it's just going to be such a fun time seeing whatever other people's comments are on some of these songs that weren't singles because there are some really good hidden gems on this album that I hope, if you didn't watch this full live stream, you go check out the album and go give it some love. So thank you guys for watching. If you are watching this in the past, let me know in the comments what your favorite songs are. I already let you know mine, so would love to know what yours are. Want to give a shout outs to Archetypes Collide, Album Splitter, and as well as Fearless Records for sending this over. I always feel really blessed to be able to work with so many cool bands and artists, and to see this band interview them before they signed to Fearless and see their growth as artists. I think you can't help but give that kind of dad moment and be really proud of what they're doing. So keep it up. If you do happen to see them, go see them out on tour. The Bear 2 Trivium, Male Violence, I think is how you pronunciate their name. I'm really sorry, I don't know English very well, but you should go check them out as well. They're a great band. But yeah, just a fun tour. If you have the opportunity to go see it, definitely do it. If you enjoyed this video, share, like, and subscribe. Hit that thumbs up. It goes a long way. It shows me that you like the stuff going on. I have a ton of more live albums to do. The Ongoing Concept, again, came out today. We're going to be doing that. I want to try to do the City in Color album. I know that's a little bit of a different praise for most of you, so maybe that might be for Saturday or Sunday. The new Dead Lakes album came out today as well, so I'll probably wind up doing a live stream of that either tonight or tomorrow. So, yeah, keep your eyes peeled. A lot of cool stuff. Just having a fun time, just vibing out. And please, go give Archetypes Collide some love. Go tell them I sent you. And thank you for watching. Thank you for spending the time. Thank you to Archetypes Collide for being in the chat and joining me on this journey here. Always much love to them. And I hope to have them back on very soon. So thank you guys for watching. I'm going to be signing off, but I love all of you.